Hello, and welcome once again to yet another awesome episode of Delve into the Void. I'm your host, Jeremy Holder, and this is...
I'm sadly his brother. I'm Nick.
Yes, as you do remember, we've had him on the show a couple times. He was with me at the actually, I don't know if you were on the camera though, but you were actually with me at all launches of systems.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was.
You were also here with the Street Fighter, and we had the fighting game night as well.
That was an odd and weird night.
Yes.
So close.
I'm Josh Holderbaum. This is my first time on Delve into the Void. I'm an action figure collector. I've collected pretty much all my life. Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Transformers, DC, Marvel, you name it, I probably have at least one of it.
Do you have an Iron Man collection?
Oh yeah, I said Marvel.
We're going to get together well.
Yeah.
We're going to work well together. As you can tell, judging by what's on the table, we're going to talk about the movie Star Wars. So we have here two people who we're going to get to some questions talking about Star Wars. They announced Star Wars. You know, Disney had just brought it and said, hey, we're going to buy the Star Wars franchise and then make a whole new trilogy. What was your reaction to this? How did you feel about that?
When I first heard it, they announced the date so far out, so many years in advance. I didn't really have a positive or negative. I just figured it would be different. I mean, hopefully better than the prequels, which were different, but I still enjoyed them. I figured with Disney doing it, I mean, Disney had just bought Marvel not too long before that. Figured it would be well funded, if nothing else, and that would be pretty cool.
Okay.
My personal opinion, when I very first heard it, I thought, no, you can't do this. This is impossible. This is going to be a catastrophe. And then I thought, well, I mean, judging from the prequels and the action that they've delved into it, I guess maybe. And as time progressed, slowly my ambitions turned into anxiety and ambitions, and it was a back and forth with me, really.
Okay, I would say same thing. I mean, they just brought Marvel out, and my first reaction to Marvel was just like, no, they're going to change Marvel. Next thing you know, Mickey Mouse is going to be jumping with, Iron Man. That didn't happen. So then they brought Star Wars, and that literally the first thing that came to mind was Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, wow, Kingdom Hearts, Mickey was kind of like, Yoda jumping around. Are they going to do this? Are we going to try to make it together? But they kind of let them do their own things. Now that the movie was announced, the months leading up to it, we start seeing promotional posters and trailers and, little rumors spreading up. How did you feel about that? Like what were your expectations then?
The first trailers I saw, I thought they were pretty cool. I didn't think too much of them because again they didn't show you very much aside from just a few teeny tiny little clips. Mm-hmm. It was cool. I didn't think too much about it until Force Friday hit and all the toys came out, and I didn't have any plans to go out and buy toys. I was gonna stay at home and try and save money, and I ended up bringing these home with me.
That's when it hit
unfortunately. Yeah.
So that's when the hype train kind of hit you there.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did the hype train hit you? Or did you ever make a pit stop?
I feel as though the moment I saw the saber, that was it. That was everything. That was the golden child, the holy grail I was hoping so much for. No, but right. I didn't even know who really the main villain is. I mean, you can't tell exactly who's going to be the main villain, all the above. I mean, it was cryptic, to say the least, when it came to the trailer. But the saber in itself just oozed amazing to me. I mean, just from the design. I mean, you can see it off of this one right here. But from the design itself, it was beautiful. And I thought, well, the saber alone is going to give me a ticket. but for the most of it, I was getting pretty excited. It was one of those moments where you get overly hyped for a trailer, even though it's going to be good or bad. You're not 100% sure. You have to go see it, though, at this point.
Right. I mean, I got to admit that the saber does look different. We're so used to the sabers being like, one beam of light, while here was more like it's almost like this light was almost unstable or overpowered. And I'm like, this is different. I'm like, did the CGI just get that much better, or was it part of his saber? And we later on find out, like, the other sabers are normal. So I thought that was really cool. For this part on, I gotta warn you guys, we're gonna enter spoiler territory. But considering the fact that we waited so long to air this episode, pretty much a lot of people have seen this movie, almost everyone that I know of. If you haven't seen this movie, you just really should. I mean, it's really good. In fact, as we speak right now, the movie is at a whopping $1.9 billion. That is with a B. That's a lot of money. And let me remind you, that's box office. That's not including merchandise, clothes, everything else tie-in, and all the little sweet car commercial deals. So yes, a lot of people seen Star Wars. But now that we got the spoiler warning out the way, we got to the good part. When you watch the movie, you're in the theater, you're watching this right now, during the movie, what did it feel like? What did you like about it? Or didn't like?
It was good. It was a good film that I can't really pick on a lot of things about it, but there was a lot of sort of the same plot devices I felt over again. I mean, the bad guys build a giant super laser that happens to be circular. I mean, there's the snowy planet, there's a desert planet, there's jungle planets, and they're all, for some reason, different planets than those same desert planets and snowy planets we met previously. And I found that to be kind of interesting. A lot of the designs didn't do much for me. Some of the First Order vehicles didn't do much. Those big tentacle ball things that were on the Millennium Falcon weirded me out big time. And Snoke, the new evil Sith or dark side master, he didn't
even know what that
strike
guy
me
is.
he didn't even strike me as looking like a Star Wars character. He looked like something out of Lord of the Rings almost. I mean, with all the scars on his face and all the details. Just it was weird. My mom and I saw it together. She's as big a Star Wars fan as I am. I mean, she saw A New Hope 15 times in the theaters because they didn't have VHS back then. So she had to see it a whole bunch of times. And when it got over, we looked at each other and it didn't jive with us for some reason. It was still a good film. I mean, my brother said it was the best one since Empire. So it's up to your personal opinion, but it didn't jive with us for some reason.
The movie itself was incredible. Incredible, amazing, spectacular, enormous. All of these are words that I could use to describe that movie in itself. It had moments where I questioned things, such as, okay, where are you particularly going with this? Why is his name Snook? I would agree with you. Not the most terrorizing name I could possibly
here comes
think
Snook.
of. I think of Snook. I do not think of a villain. That's not a person I fear.
Not a scary name.
Not
Darth
a person I would
Sidious.
scare. Darth
Scary name.
Sidious.
Darth
Very scary.
Vader.
Darth Vader.
Right?
Darth Maul. I mean,
Darth Maul.
these are
kinda
names that have like force behind them. But then you say Snook. You can't really say Snook without really smiling a little bit, and it's not really antagonizing. But all in all, I do gotta say, the action sequences in the movie was just fantastic. The vastness of the movie was fantastic.